Hello, everybody. This is Mark with Music Reviews from Saxville. I'm your host, coming to you with a full concert experience review of the Night Ranger show at the Osage Casino. That was on February 24th, Friday, February 24th. And we'll talk about more in detail of the concert here in a second, but we're going to lead off with some kind of promotional kinds of things. Keep this band name in mind. I repeat, keep this band name in mind. Still Mill Rising. That's Still, as in the Still Mill Rising. That is a band by Matt Kamenicki. I met his dad at the Bruce Springsteen concert last week and just made an immediate musical connection. And so I am excited about this band. Still Mill Rising. They have a CD coming out in later in March or towards the end of March, and I want to talk about that further. Matthew Kamenicki has a Facebook page, and he also has on YouTube as Still Mill Rising. You can see their videos, their concert footage videos on there, and I'm impressed. So I am anxious to hear more of their music, to see their music played on YouTube. And who knows, if I get back east in the Pittsburgh area, I might even be able to somehow take in a show. That would just be excellent. But anyway, so keep that band in mind. Also, remember this name. Remember this name. This is important for the channels. Music Reviews from Saxville. Remember this name. Jim Russell. I repeat, Jim Russell. When I was doing a promotional video, introductory video for my concert, the Night Ranger concert, Jim playfully tried to photobomb my video. So I got talking with Jim and met his wife and his friends. They were kind of the four of them around on kind of a double date concert experience. But Jim allowed me to interview him. That's right, you heard correctly. He allowed me to interview him. I will be posting that exclusive video tomorrow night. February the 28th at 8 o'clock. It will premiere at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 8 o'clock here in Oklahoma time, Tulsa time, as we affectionately and playfully call it. So again, Jim Russell, you don't want to miss this. It's not very long, but I just appreciate him. And so let's start off with the further of the concert experience that I experienced. Jim couldn't have been nicer. His wife and their friends, they could not have been nicer. Just hung out with them, waiting for my concert amigo Easy to show up. To meet him, to go in to the show. Saw somebody else there I used to work with, and then saw somebody at the end that I met through somebody I used to work with, and her husband, Tony, was having a belated birthday, or a birthday gift. And so anyway, just the vibe was really, really cool with people. People were friendly. People were upbeat. Jack Blades of Night Ranger, one of the lead singers and the bass player and lyricist, he's written a lot of their songs, talked about during the concert about how music brings us together. And it really does, folks. It really brings us together. I took in a couple albums. The Osage Casino security could not have been more professional, yet kind. They let me take in Night Ranger's original, or first album, Dawn Patrol. They also, here's the back of it. I'll just go ahead and show you. Okay, there's the guys. This is from 1982. They also let me take in Midnight Madness, which had a lot of their hits on it. There's Midnight Madness. Here's the back. Got to kind of love this. Kind of this street scene vibe in the back, on the back here. But anyway, they let me take in both of these. So I wanted to get them signed. And I wasn't close enough. Easy and I had good seats, but I wasn't close enough to the stage to get them signed. Here's where it got really neat. I went further down, and the fans there in front of me had, let me through. I said, excuse me. I said, I'm trying to get these signed. Just kind of motioned me on forward. I mean, it was great. No one was a jerk. People just were just cool. And it was during the encore, of course, because that's when you want to go down close during the encore, because if you don't have seats down there, you're not supposed to be down there, right? I mean, so that's when, the show's wrapping up. Security's normally a little more lax, as long as you're polite. That's the key, guys. So these concerts, be cool, be polite, don't be a jerk to people. You always lose when you're not nice to people. You always lose somehow in the long run in life, and not gonna get up on a soapbox, but you always lose when you're not nice to people. Anyway, people were nice. And so this woman who let me in front of her at the end, toward the end of the show, I put my arm around her, kind of hugged her. I said, "Oh, thank you so much, thank you so much." And this guy came up behind her, and I don't know if he was connected with her, so I didn't want him to think that I was trying to do anything inappropriate, because I gave her like the friendship hug, like the side deal hug. And so I hugged him too, and he reached in and hugged me. She said, "Come here." So we got all three of us got together and hugged, and she said, "The power of music." She was echoing what Jack Blade said during the concert. Concert was really good. I'm not going to read you all the songs they played, because you might want to see Night Ranger, and I encourage you to go see Night Ranger. I'll hold up the set list briefly. There it is. They played, they played the traditional 90 minutes, which is the curfew of casinos. If you go to a casino for a show, normally the curfew is a 90-minute curfew. Eazy-E went down behind me. I said, "I'm going down front." He nodded because he was videoing himself. He went down, and I had told him before the show, I got a pick at the Bruce Springsteen concert. And I told him before the show started, I said, "You're getting a pick tonight." He said, "Okay." So he was behind me. My hat got knocked off because people were all excited. So I turned around and said, "My hat." And, it's my trademark. Eazy picked it up and was holding it for me. And so Brad Gillis, longstanding lead guitar player for Night Ranger, signed both albums. From the stage, he signed Dawn Patrol, and I was just looking for one, but I handed him both. So cool, so cool. You can see here, he signed. It doesn't show up as well. It's right here, like where his arm is at. That's Brad Gillis' signature. You can see it better on Dawn Patrol, but just really, really, it was just a great show. So I turned around, I looked at these because they were throwing out picks. I said, "Did you get a pick?" He said, "Yeah, I got three of them." He said, "I got you one." So, here's the pick. It was just funny. And I said, "Well, give me the one you don't want." So he's looking over him, and he looked at he's just looking at him because I didn't care. My main thing was I wanted him to get a pick because he didn't get one at the Springsteen show. And, we have such a great time. And through his consent, have plans for Eazy-E coming up on the channel in the future. I've talked to him about that. That's another surprise. But go see Night Ranger. It was just they played those hits. I'll be posting them like I've done with the Bruce Springsteen show. In the coming days, we'll be posting different videos from the concert, different shorts from the concert, short videos. But anyway, go see Night Ranger. It was just a great show, and the fans were really, really into it, and they were so fan-friendly. So anyway, thank you so much for seeing the video with me this evening, watching my video, Music Reviews from Saxville. Again, I'm your host, Mark, and again, remember, Jim Russell. Thank you, and thank you to Jim Russell and his wife and friends for indulging me in the interview. Thank you.